All right. So, um, my name is Mike. This is the first YouTube live stream I've done, but it's not the first live stream that I've done, that's for certain. Um, I speak about Christianity. In an unorthodox, unique way. What led to me sharing content like this is a lot of shit and something I never wanted to do. But, I kind of got steered into doing it. That's what I do now. There's nothing I can do to change it. I had a near-death experience, helicopter to ICU. I've never been in trouble in my life, but I was jailed 4 times. Kind of just figured, hey, the only reason I could still be here with all that, it was, you know, this was 1,000,000% real, beyond numbers real. So I started looking into what the Holy Spirit made available for me to connect and understand my relationship with Jesus Christ. And it's been fun. I'm not gonna lie to you. I use a couple FM stations, and usually I'll reference live content they're putting out with live content I'm putting out, and I look for alignments. Pretty simple alignments. Like right now, it's military time where I'm at, 15:20. So this is 89.3 on the FM here.
Sees you, he loves you, and so know that the Lord does wonders for his faithful one. The Lord will hear me when I call upon him.
Now this is
He does, because
89.7.
he knows the end from the beginning. That's who he is. Mike, what do you think when it comes to just practical things like Josh?
Yeah, no doubt God is all knowing. And as far as planning out your steps or your future, I think you mentioned as well. What we know according.
So that's the tie-up I've had. So it's good that they mentioned that. God is all knowing in a mannerism where there's nothing you could even think. There's nothing that you can decide to do. There's no path that you can dream up in your mind and embark upon that he can't see those decisions, thoughts, and aspirations. He is. So, that being said, how do I know that? How do I know that? How do I not have faith in that or belief in that? But how have I come to a point in time where I can confidently say, more than confidently, almost come across with a ferocity? I can say it with a ferocity. And if there was somebody else here other than, the camera, and when I communicate with the camera, it seems that to be, I'm only milling over in my own mind my connection with the Holy Spirit through my heart, soul, and consciousness. So, but if there were to be another, person here and they were to basically debate this, discuss this with me, I would open up, I would share with them my insights. And then there would come, if if there was a difference of opinions, there would come a point in time where I would say, listen, if you're serious about listening to the content and viewing it and taking it for its face value, then I will entertain you. But if it's something where you're going to waste a ton of my time coming up with every excuse in the book to disalign the connections that I'm seeing and experiencing, well, then listen, take that mentality, take that perspective, and find a place to exercise it other than, you know, me doing what I'm doing. So, um, yeah. And I don't plan any of this. It's all live and none of it's rehearsed. Um, I never read the Bible completely. When I was in jail, I read it a little bit, but most of the time, I was interacting with the other guys in jail because I knew a lot of those people. I worked in a low income community. That low income community I worked in for 20 years was the same in the same vicinity as that county's jail. So when it came down to going to that jail, I had a lot of prior relationships, and I came across people that I had known. Um, this is a book that I pulled out of that jail, just a regular Bible. But this one, I believe it might have. I got this from a guy. His name was GL, right? And he had a degenerative disease to his spine, multiple sclerosis. Maybe, I'm not sure. He was blessed by Mother Teresa, and he was not a saint because he was in jail, but he valued the Bible so much. He really did. Now he's got a bunch of marks in here. He marked the whole thing up, and I spoke with him and stuff like that. And I liked him. He's a good dude. He's got a lot of marks in his book, but I want to find one, and I'm pretty sure it's on page. I don't remember. If I had to take a guess, I'd say it's in the 1000s. No, it's in Revelation somewhere. I'm sorry. So let me find it if I can find it. If not, the fact of the matter is I never read the book, but I've been through some crazy shit. And when I talk about the Holy Spirit being in line with, there's a specialness to it. I persevered through like a high-tech crucifixion, so to speak. I created that term after hearing the senior chief, um, the senior chief justice on the United States Supreme Court. His name was Clarence Thomas. During his confirmation process, he was assaulted with allegations of sexual assault. The FBI investigated it. They saw that there was no merit behind the accusations, but it thoroughly hurt him, his wife, and when he was in front of the Senate Committee Hearing Board, he said he came out with a specific term. It was, I feel as if I have been subjected to a high-tech lynching. So when I tell you I have like an innate instinctual alignment with things, I'll just take a Bible I never read, but that I obtained through maximum adversity, which I use the term high-tech crucifixion for. And then I'll grab it and just go. And I'll touch it anywhere, right? And wherever the watermark is, I'll read. Now, I know that's not linear thinking whatsoever. But right here, we got page 1164. This is Timothy. And in a little dab or the saliva mark there, all that says is, moreover, he must have a good testimony among those who are outside lest he fall into reproach and the snare of the devil. Yes. So when I tell you that I made it through an incredible adversity, even to have this book available, and that things like just dabbing in saliva in a book I never read, opening it and aligning my spirit and my soul with the Holy Spirit and Jesus Christ, it's been connecting nonstop on a daily basis for an amount of time now where it should be disturbing. It should be disturbing to anyone that comes across it. They should say, okay, this is something that you really makes this uncomfortable. However, it has the opposite effect to me. To me, it makes me feel protected by a higher power. And in a world where there's a lot of controversy and anxiety and all this, supposed tensions and conflicts and problems, it makes me feel that there's nothing to worry about. I'm connected to something good, what I've yearned for the 40 years of my life. Something worthy of my life's efforts to be placed into. That actually is a field in which I can invest. Now, nobody thinks that this is real, so to speak, because it's not a tangible thing. It doesn't manifest itself in a physical form. And the Holy Spirit doesn't make audio sounds or manifest itself in a physical presence. So we say to ourselves, hey, it's a good idea. It's a great idea, good story. But here's science, here's medicine, here's theology, psychology, or Babel separarization. I attempted to read some of Genesis when I was incarcerated. But like I said, I'm a people person and a common, like a layman type commoner who doesn't really read books or do shit like that. I get out there, I rise, shower, dress, get out there and use my earthen vessel along with my, personality, consciousness, heart, and soul, and I interact in the world. Now that led to me relying heavily on my physical attributes. That's where I saw all the attention garnered was my physical attributes. I could work hard. I was athletic, agile, and that brought attention to me, brought employment to me. It brought relationships to me. Well, 40 years later, it was worth only its weight in being able to survive a near-death experience while I realized I had something inside me that had tremendous value, that would draw more people for the right reasons to me. This is the first video. I don't want to get too into the details of the story. My story exists on Facebook. My name's Mike Mazza. I got hundreds of hours of video on Facebook. I'll show you what the profile picture looks like. I'm not going to get into the details of this, that, and the other thing. If you're interested in this content, I feel bad about how much I created because it's going to drive you crazy to go through this. But, this is me on there. And you can dibble and dabble in there. If you do, just I want you to know one thing. It's going to be an amount of content that is just all day, every day. Because I didn't come in line with this. The live streams go on. It's a lot. But it's 333 right now. I believe I titled this Holy Spirit. I've given you the tools to garner your interest, and I've led you to where the content is. So if this applies to you and you're interested, enjoy, and I'm going to keep producing more. Thank you.